Okay, I'm back again. So the next 6 is here. And we're going to be starting with Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, and your 3 cards are Big Bold Vision, Joy, Honesty is essential. Scorpio, you that storyteller. You that writer as it pertains to the energy. You was that influencer. Okay? Your energy is influencing things. What makes it different is you helping writing it. You the trickster. You the trickster of it all. When you have joy and honesty is essential in a bold vision, right? It's this thing that is very true. And we do it naturally. And sometimes we don't accept when somebody say the words because it impacts our natural effect. And that's where the joy is at, right? But the honesty is essential. So what I'm trying to say is every human lies. Even history lies. Books lie. Everything tells a lie. But the lie also holds validity. And a lot of the validity comes in emotional, the experience, the vision that we could feel. You know, reading a romance novel, somebody could think about once upon a time. It's not even the words, but it's the words that's influencing the visions of the past. That somebody remembers that feeling of joy, that feeling of love, that feeling. It could be that song about getting money. You could be jamming to, and it's giving you these visions. But yet, nothing of that lyrics is the process that you're going to walk. But it gives you that vision. It gives you that inspiration. And that's how it's going to be with Scorpio energy. You're the reason the saga going to exist. The story going to be played. The inspiration going to be given. And for Scorpio yourself, I guess you have to balance it out. I guess that's why I've been so emotional lately on my visions and goals. Because that energy is impacting me. I'm being utilized. My energy being harnessed and utilized. So, and that's from a Sun Scorpio point of view. You know, and so, you know, say if it was in Mars, one of the home planets, your business decisions going to be very protective. Whatever you do in money, you're going to be very protective. If somebody come and ask you, you're going to be guarded. They got to come with a good excuse. They got to know how to talk to you. Same vice versa. You got to be able to have that right tongue to get what you want to accomplish. For your clarifiers, You have the Two of Wands and the Five of Swords. Got to balance out that emotional feeling in it. And understand it's business and personal. And if you believe in business and personal being separated, it might be a little rough for you. But there's always personal business. There's professional business. Just remember, business is the ending of it. Personal and professional is the beginning of it. Next, we have Aquarius. Aquarius, we have focus on the light. Personal transformation. The heart of the matter. Aquarius, you're that satellite regulator energy. What do I mean by that satellite regulator energy? You're directing you're directing the energy flow. You're directing the messages. You know, if you in school this week, Aquarius, you're gonna do real good. If you in school, you can do real good on a research paper. Probably can make a lot of money this week, because you'll be able to collect a lot of information. You'll be able to spark a lot of ideas. But at the same time, it can cause, this energy right here is really affecting all 12 of the zodiac signs. To be honest, you know, as far as Aquarius yourself, it can have you very nosy. It can place you in situations where you get put in the middle. Some events can have you in the middle, needing your opinion to, you know, dictate the situation, to minimize things. You know, depending on this Aquarius point of view will determine how you minimize and how you could turn bad situations in good. It just depends on your perspective and how you intervene. Now, the thing is, the catch with it is, because this kind of responsibility is held up on you, it's very karmatic too. Because what I mean by being karmatic, being that you kind of like that messenger, that satellite of the message flows and stuff like that, as if you was working hand in hand with Mercury, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna be receiving, not just giving or sending. You're gonna be receiving also. So being that you automatic on the giving and receiving side of it, it don't say that. As far as money goes, it really depends, because you can invest money, but you can get more goods back or different type of services instead of getting your money back that feels equivalent. So the money exchange rate just really depends on the way that you kind of invest the money right now, how you look at it from that perspective. But it's very returnable. So that's, the karmatic part of it is definitely there because of the type of position of the energy that you flow. Is is very much there. Say if you have Neptune up in Aquarius, you know, depending on how you like to emotionally feel, going to determine what other energy will be able to impact it, what other type of emotions, and from those emotions trying to impact the emotions that you already having inside, and if you're very extremely content with them, that's going to determine your reaction, and you're going to be very reactive real quick, very reactive. So you have love and you have temperance in reverse. So yeah. And I just feel like the temperance in reverse is because of your position. Is not like Aquarius itself being, itself, not a human being, but itself is in a position where it's not objecting its role. Is, that's where the love come in. It don't have an objection of being that director of sending and receiving at this point in time. It's not objecting that. But when you talking about as above so below, down here where the Temperance card is in reverse, is because it's going to be balanced out accordingly. It's playing in the imaginary world of Alice in Wonderland. It's a imaginary story, right? So it's you in the rabbit hole. You done fell in the rabbit hole, and you down there with the little friends. And what part of the road have you really met the queen yet and had this conversation? No, this message could be more of what you could encounter in preparation. Like, this message is in preparation. So getting used to that theme is just in preparation for when you arrive. So you'll have more preparation to handle the situation accordingly, to have that right temperance, where temperance would be where it need to be at that point in time. But because love is there, it's just not like temperance is not there. It's just a as above, so below situation. And so below has more free will, where free will is not a objection up there. It's not a thought pattern. It's a functionality thing. So instead of saying F for free will, they say F for functionality. For their dictatorship. Next is Leo. And Leo, your three cards are: every journey starts with a single step, promise of the future, and romance. Leo, your energy is the unity in it. Meaning, one thing that's obvious in this short moment of Nat Jam today, right, is the unity of the right to say no, the unity of the right to say mine, the unity of the right to object, to agree to not agree at the same time, to be in a semi contested environment, yet still accomplishing the goal at hand, still understanding that, okay, this is a disagreement, and it's going to be a disagreement. Both of us got our firm beliefs, and we just got to see how this story unfolds, because neither one of us is breaking. You is that unity in that. And in the midst of you having that unity, the goal down below is, what is the solution? How's the solution going to impact? Is it big, small, medium? Um, you more the solution in it. Meaning that, as blank as it was with the ending of it, you that mystery. And being that you Leo, you strong with it. You got that energy of mystery. You strong with the energy of mystery and how unity works. How obvious unity is and what per se people really want as unity. That's the normalcy they want. They want to be able to disagree. They want to be able to contest each other and still press forward. They want to get ahead. They want to do it. That's the obvious unity. So what is the solution in it? Is there a solution in it? And where does the solution, how's the solution applied? That's the energy that you carry. So like far as you, Leo, as an individual, you know, it really just depends on your intellect. Your intellect determines all the outcome. Is not per se that it's going to be wrong or right. It's just a motion of a story. It's only big as it meant to be, and it's going to be as small as it needs to be. Meaning, if it never get posted online and get 1,000,000 views, then that's how small it was meant to be. If it get posted online and get 1,000,000 views, then that's how big it was supposed to be. So, you know, the ranges is just there. It's not no Pacific. Don't matter where the planet is really aligned up at, because it's all about solutions. So, I mean, mishaps, situations, they definitely going to be there. I mean, some Leos could feel like it's very heavy because of the strength of the mystery. But, I mean, if you're feeling that way, then you need to maybe evaluate, what are you watching? What are you into? What is your beliefs? You know, in order to unlock the mystery that's within inside of the mystery to get yourself right. You know, you'll have to unlock those doors, because being that you are that mystery energy that's there, you first approach is being able to have access to walk through that door to solve it. For clarifications, you have body and mind, and you have the moon card in reverse. So, you know, just like I said, it's you that strength of mystery. It's all about solutions. Um, I can't say all of them require you to be quick on your feet. Some of them going to require, you know, for you to think. Some of them ain't even going to come up unless you that type of person that's on a flight situation, you know. You just trying to avoid the situation, and so you would have different rapid solutions in the situation. But it's still going to bind you back together until you ready to process any of it. So that's the unity that's still there within. It's not like unity ain't accomplishing, because the unity is within inside of yourself. I mean, you Leo is helping it. You know, that's you as a battery cell infused into more control and powering up. So that's how it is for you this week. You're that power of unity. I mean, I don't know if it's for this week. I don't know. I slipped up and said it. I don't know how long or when it's going to happen. How long it's going to last. Sagittarius is up next. And Sagittarius, your 3 cards is seeing the true you, innocence, and choose love. Okay. Sagittarius, you is very, in this right here, this image really counts. This is a very reflective thing. Sagittarius, you is using that bow and arrow more than anything right now. It's an automation. Um, it's almost like you working for karma itself, right? And your arrow is the arrow of karma. It's the arrow of justice. You know, that arrow of justification might be the best thing. You had an arrow of justification, which works great because Sagittarius, yours is all about I see, right? Yes, I see. And so you bringing in the justifications. So meaning, yeah, you're just bringing in the justifications. You know, for a Sagittarius, it's like you yourself would be, maybe you might need a story to get attention. You're going to want a lot of attention. You got to watch the levels of attention if it gets in your way and making you more unhappier that you're not getting the attention that you want compared to being happy in attention. And that would be the main Sagittarius struggle, is understanding happiness and attention. And first thing of what happiness and attention means from my creation of it is loving yourself and being happy with yourself. Being able to be happy in the hobbies that you do. Being able to, if it's relaxed, as to do your hobby, to be able to make it through another day on your job, to be able to spend time with people that you care about, to look at a favorite TV show. See, is understanding attention. Attention is one of those things that no matter what, it takes give or take, because if attention requires the sight, right? You got to think sight is something that's reflective. The things that we sending is sending colors to us at a fast rate, right? So that's already receiving. And then from the receiving, we sending. We sending out that wall that's there, that TV that's there, that kid that's there, that plant that's there. All that information is sending out. It's a constant battle. So you gotta understand, in the gift of itself, attention is just that baseline. So wanting the attention to shift into being, you gotta understand that you gotta be yourself. You know, it's that matrix that come with philosophy. It's not the spoon that's bending, it's you that's bending. So you gotta, it's just backwards. You have to be yourself in order to accomplish that. And that's coming because you're more of an arrow right now. So an arrow got an arch, it got a curve, it got a bend. And if it's aiming, it's moving itself. So in order to make it through this energy, you have to bend instead of forcing what you want to give you attention to bend. So we got the 9 of Swords and the 4 of Wands. And that's what I'm talking about with that bending. You got to realize that it's you that got to bend. And once you bend and how you bend going to determine the attention that you get. So make sure that you've been in to accomplish your goal. And you can accept those consequences. Because that's all the reaction is the consequences from you bending. Next, we got Gemini. Okay, I'm going to pause this real quick because my camera about to die. So I'm going to let it charge up, and then I will be back to finish Gemini, Aries, they're the last two. But my recorder is not going to make it. Okay? Thank you. Alright, I'm back to finish it off. Thanks for y'all not patience due to the editing process. No, I probably didn't even have to tell all of that, but I decided to. Alright, edit and make things more simple. So, okay, now we left off with Gemini. So, okay, Gemini, your 3 cards are what you want, wants you, achievement, I love you. You know, Gemini, this energy felt like when I was speaking, it felt like you're more attached to the pendulum of the whole story plot, the magic, the magician and the high priestess. Is, you know, your duality is the magician and high priestess, because the language of it could get brought down into the left and the right lobe. Far as a scientific educational perspective of the high priestess and the magician. Some people love to connect the high priestess to the hierophant, which is not a problem. It's just in this situation, it's the mysticism in the magician, which always portrays a masculine role, and it has, you know, that ending that's very masculine, where high priestess also comes with that feminine ending in the pronunciation, which brings in the sexual energy that's up inside of there to associate with the feminine. But the creativity of it has been spread out among knowledge of research, how to interact on a lower level, as far as spirituality, religion, using the terms gods, what religion practices is done, right? So, you on the pendulum side of that type of energy of, you know, the yin and the yang, you know, you into Taoism is very efficient right now for this, because they have rules and regulations per se. They have attributes and of reasoning and dictatorship. So you're surrounded by the ancient theory of it, which is also the ancient theory of time, because time is delusional, it's diluted, it has so many aims of attentions, but the genre goes in, the jargon get related to the genre, which time, far as physics, is different from the time of the way your body age, which is more in the biology part of it. You know, you got time far as the geolocations, you know the time of travel and stuff. So you into a dimensional factor, you have dimensions, you have that capability of it with this energy of what wants you what you wants you, because you can't go wrong in it. It's not an aspect that you wouldn't want. You wouldn't want to not look young. You would not want to travel. And travel is just as simple as going to a store, going on vacation, going to somebody else's house. There's, is none of those things you would not want to do. So of course it wants you, because it's the balancing out. Is being able to achieve the goal for is to achieve it. So like a Gemini itself, you might be procrastinating. Some people might stand down and call you pessimistic, narcissistic, optimistic. All of those kind of words of istic is going to be there, because you is in a it zone. So to define the it zone, it's going to get narrowed down into a broad description that covers many things. You could be perplexed, very perplexed, in situations. So it's a thing of, far as Gemini, is regulating the ego with this I love you. How do you regulate the ego, which goes to the story plot? Does the queen need to regulate the ego? Is it possible for the queen to regulate the ego, being that it has childhood anger? Is it possible for Alice to regulate her ego with her childhood? So one thing they both have in common is the childhood. Just like I'm trying to explain to you, the thing that's going to be in common with you is time, and balancing out from feminine, masculine and the feminine. It's just balancing. You got a balancing trick that's going on for you, and that's your ultimate goal in this situation. Okay, so like I say, the regular Geminis, if you hear that language a lot, that's because maybe the magnitude of the energy is very strong. It could be your natural characteristics. So being something natural, and depending on how you perceive it and how genuine your energy is, it could be utilized for a situation that's in your nearby surroundings to occur. So you could be able to witness something that happened off of the strength of your energy. And your energy could go down real quick after the incident happened. It could go from being very outgoing to, hold on, I don't feel like going now, something don't feel right. You can have those simple just transitions during this energetic period of time, of however long it lasts. So yeah, so you got the Crown and the Nine of Swords. So just like I said, this is definitely about, that time. And Crone is all about the representation of time, far as wisdom go. How much things that occurred, and the observation, and what you have taken into, how comfortable you feel with the changes that you have made. The Crone definitely brings all of that in. And with the Nine of Swords, it's the process. It's the process that brings about the feelings that is occurring with it. And understand that it's swords, but with the Crone, like I said, you have this masculine and feminine energy, so they're going to work together. So if you're feeling angry, it's going to trigger those thoughts. You feeling happy, it's going to trigger those thoughts. But it's not to say that your happy thoughts won't go to angry thoughts if there's not a situation that occurs. And that's kind of how the fluctuation is going to go for you. And basically, like I said, it's all about buying that time. You is that pendulum, and you this pendulum that's coming in with a nice little effect, a nice vibrational effect, and that's going to work very good with Gemini energy, being that a lot of metals vibrate sound in different levels or sequences. So that's the main thing with Gemini. Alright, so now last and final we have Aries. Okay, so Aries, the 3 cards you have is Come to Life, Revelations, Be Willing to Express Love. So Aries, you is more of an antagonist. Not saying that Aries person itself is going to be antagonist, but Aries itself is very intimidating. And in nature, even to look at the image and you think of this animal, you get a sense of intimidation. And down below is more protagonist. But it's the protagonist, the thing in it is you fitting in the dynamic of your experience, your knowledge, whether it's self-made, created, whether it's intuitive, whether it came from milestones of education, research, online, offline, books, all the things that you have put up inside of yourself to obtain, to experience life, to be part of a society, to know that you're here, to believe that you're human, to believe you have rights, to believe in all that you believe in, is the utilization to the key to the self Aries on a human level. But in a broader spectrum of it, Aries is a protagonist. So it's not the fact that you will get irritated quickly. It just depends. If you like drama on a regular TV, you might could deal with being around drama in reality because you experience and you have a thrill. You like to ask those questions. Why they act like that? Man, they know they wrong for that. They shouldn't have done that. You like having that opinion. You like voicing those things. So that's where the revelation is coming in, and that's where the expression of love is kind of enforcing it. It's like the power to make your opinion stand out, to make your opinion come out. Even if you are an introvert, you're going to bring it out even in your own space-time, whether that's writing it down through creating a book, or whether it's to do arts and craft or some pictures or whatever it is, it's still going to be there. And if you are an extrovert, it doesn't mean, it just could mean that you could hype up the crowd. So, if you got that energy where you promoting something, you probably do good right now with promoting. But also be prepared for a downside where promotion just don't work out. Or whether because you said you got all this energy now, your promotion skills just brought about people who want to use you to promote. And yet you might fall down, or they might irritate you because they expecting more and more. If you this good at it and you making this happen, let's get it going. Let's elevate. And you're gonna have to be that one to shut it down. But if you get stuck in a flux and feel like it's all about getting it with them and agreeing with them, then it is going to be more detrimental to break through than what it would be. And that once again goes back to the knowledge that you have, what you enjoy. All of those things is actually being in one melting pot. It's not no really specific aiming thing at it. It's just you're a protagonist. The energy is protagonist. So it's could be motivation. It don't necessarily, protagonist is determined to be something bad, but it don't all good. It just depends on the person. But it's more that type of energy that's going on here for you. Okay? So yours inside of it is more of a distraction far as time goes. You is that person to able to distract people, and maybe you need to distract people to keep their spirits up while things going on. Some things could get very depressing or saddening, or for people, and you're gonna be that one to bring everything back up. So it's just one of those things. Once again, it really plays in the role of your true heart. This is not going to be a time of an energy where Aries yourself could hide who you are. And the more that you try to veil who you are, is going to cause you more internal upset or external or both upsets, because that energy is that strong. Okay, it's coming with is a very strong force. And what we have here to clarify is the Ace of Cups and the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So that's what I'm talking about. You try to hide yourself, is just going to come more unbearable, and in its own way. It's not that you're not going to be able to persevere or move on, because you was purity a distraction. Your consciousness is going to be on multiple levels. It's very a personal thing when it comes to it. It radiates out also, but that's from the combination energy of the solar system as far as the zodiacs go, and interacting itself to accomplish what is available to us to entertain what we believe is real, or what we believe is our spiritual beliefs. And when I'm saying this, to conclude it all, in any of the overlapping, this is a group thing. It will always be a group thing. Your natal chart comes with certain groups. It's not, I haven't so far seen it one element for every last one of them. It could be possible out there. I have seen it where it's down to like 3 or 4 elements when it comes to the planets. So limitations can be there, but I just haven't came across one. So in the functionality, it makes up. This is, I'm not the type of reader that isolated to Sun and Venus and all of that. It's an energetic message, and I isolate it down to how this could be prompt for people to have their reactions. So, like I said, if you notice any overlapping, it's fine. I hope you do, because that's a good sign. If you know your natal chart and you like to function off of that, you might be able to put your overall situation about it clear, if that's what it need to be, and that's how you like to do things. If you like to focus on one section or something like that, that's fine too, and it can let you know your interference and all of that. Even when you're reading it from whether the planets were square, in opposition, sextile, or whatever it might have been trying, and if they overlapping, it's giving you the authority. Because, some of them is inner, some of them is outer layer, some of them is bigger than others. But I hope y'all enjoyed this stream, okay, of all the zodiac signs and this check-in message update, all right? Any information that I do have will be down in the description bar or wherever up top for any information on my page or whatever, for you to look if you're interested in any type of services, or you could comment down below and I try to answer any questions if I can answer them for you. But until the next time I decide to come around, I hope everybody enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing it myself. It's been a while. And thank you for everybody who does watch it ahead of time. I don't know how many people will come, but I do appreciate the flow. I appreciate the platforms. If y'all let it circulate or whatever it is, I appreciate you and thank you. Till the next time.